Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you clicking the play button and joining here. So I'm going to show you the oil change procedure. It'll be the first time I'm attempting it and just figuring out which drain plugs to remove and installing the filter. The dealers, when I checked, even with coupons, was anywhere between 100 and change, 120 to even as high as 167 for a Mobil 1 oil change, which I think is highway robbery. And I'll show you here all the things that I purchased to do it and what I've ordered online. So I'm set up here with my race ramps. I have a sheet of plastic, put the race ramps on top of it. You can see my review on the race ramps in another video. These are the things that I purchased. So the Mobil 1, it's 530 weight. It was 24 bucks each, so that's $48. And then I purchased a genuine AC Delco oil filter that's made for the LT4 PF64, and there's the GM part number there. And this I got on Amazon. It was just a hair over $6, which is very reasonable. I purchased a couple of them. As far as tools, I have a LED light that has a little magnet on the end. I'll stick it underneath there. Hopefully I can get some good film footage. 15 millimeter ratchet box wrench. And then this is used, you could attach it to a 3/8 driver and to tighten down the oil filter. And then here's something to remove the oil filter, or if you have the wrench, the oil filter wrench will work equally as well. So those are all the items here that I'm going to use to get the car. So let's get the car up on the ramp, and then I'll film underneath it and see how hard it is. So this is a look at the car up on the race ramps. It looks like there's plenty of room, right? 10-12 inches underneath. But when you go underneath the car, it's definitely narrow. Okay, hopefully you can see this. It's difficult here because trying to give you a perspective of the underneath the car while I'm laying on my back. But anyway, there's two drain plugs. There's one right here, and then there's another drain plug right here, and the filter right there. So this car sits pretty low. I'm on 10-inch raise of the race ramps, and even 10 inches, it's tight. So if you have a lift, that's great, but these are the two drain plugs. I was worried if I could identify them, but they're pretty easy to identify, and the filter. So let's get working on that. So this is a little look underneath the car, and where we're going to drain the drain plug there, we're going to loosen it up. Okay, so what you didn't see on camera here is this bolt was so tight. I mean, I actually thought I have to use an impact wrench. I had to use a rubber mallet and my ratchet and just trying to loosen it. I finally broke it loose. So this will be the first drain plug of the oil. We'll get off here. Now if you look carefully here, there's the rubber seal is stuck on there. It came off of the bolt. So I'm going to have to pull that off or wipe it on there and see if I need to replace it or not. I know you can purchase these and get them, get them at the dealer. So let me take a look at this. So here's the bolt, and this is just stuck on the side. It just fell off as soon as I touched it, but that's a little rubber seal that goes on here. So we'll get this back on here, and then seal it up once we look at that. The other thing is it's about 20 pounds of pressure. I think it's 22 to be exact. But anyway, these drain plugs, anything between 18 and 22 pounds. Same thing with the oil filter. They do need to be snug and tight, so I don't completely fault a dealer, but I'll tell you, it was a really a BI to get that thing off, and it was awfully tight to where I had to put the ratchet on there and then hit the end of it with a rubber mallet just to break it loose. So anyway, we'll get that installed and keep going. Okay, I broke that one loose. And this one, the gasket actually stayed on the bolt, so that's a good thing. Okay, so just to recap, you have one drain plug facing the front of the car, and then one drain plug on the side here facing the driver's side, and right behind that is the oil filter. Okay, again, these get tightened down between 18 and 22 pounds. I don't know the exact number. I believe it's 22 pounds on these. So I tightened them down really good, and probably why it's hard to get them off with the heat. So you may struggle with that, but once you break them free, pretty easy process there. Now on to the oil filter. So that tool I was telling you about, just purchased that, and starting to loosen it up here. There you go. Probably gonna get a little messy. Sorry about the filming, guys, if it's sloppy. So there we go. I don't know if you can see under here. It's the one drain plug. There's a filter there. Just want to make sure that there's no gasket right on this lip here. Sometimes it sticks from the oil filter, so you just want to make sure it's on the oil filter, not stuck there. I don't know that anyone else does this step, maybe some of you do, but I actually put oil inside the filter here, and then also put a little bit around the rubber gasket, or you should do that, I know. So you have a good seal, and also you have oil inside the filter, so when you have the startup, it doesn't have to fill up the filter. So we'll install that next. So here we go, and install the filter. I don't know if you can see that or not. Make sure you don't strip the threads. I'm going to hand tighten it. Then after that, 18 pounds with this tool. So here's that tool I was talking about. It actually fits perfectly. Let me get it going the right way to where you can tighten it down. It's grabbing on all sides of the filter. £18 pounds. It's hard to tell. It feels pretty tight. I do have to invest in a torque wrench, that way I can torque it down properly. get it filled up now. Okay, so right here is the oil fill. I just pulled the cap off of it. I might change this to like a Mobil one with the new weight. I think it's 040 or something like that, the new weight oil. Don't know enough about it. But anyway, this is the fill, and we need 9.8 quarts of oil. Okay, a couple things here. You can see where I marked it shy about of a half a quart there. So what I did is I filled up the reservoir with 9.5 quarts of oil. And if you look at the owner's manual, or even this cap here, you can see that you have to get the temperature up to 175, warm it up for 10 minutes, and then recheck the dipstick. If you can kind of see there, it's kind of hard to see on this tag, but anyway, 175 and 10 minutes, and then recheck the dipstick and see if we're at the correct level. So we're going to do that now. Okay, so we're going to check out the oil here, see where oil level, see how we're doing here. And perfect, within the hash marks. You could maybe use a tad more, but it's pretty close. So as you can see, the procedure is not that hard, just a little time consuming, and just if those drain bolts weren't on there so tight, probably done it faster. Took me an hour to do this, and that's including, you know, getting it up on the ramp, using the GoPro to film here. But if you were just to do it, you know, quickly, probably about a half hour time to take it. There is a lot of oil to drain. And then once you warm it up, it is critical to keep it at that 9.8 quarts of oil, because it does fill up pretty good. If you go to the full 10 quarts, you're going to end up getting oil into your air filter and intake. So you definitely have to watch how much oil you put in there. So let's now reset the dashboard. Do is reset the oil monitoring system. So let's check that out. Let's go to info. We're going to scroll until we get to the oil level, or the oil percent. Typically I change oil at 30%. I got down as low as 25% here. So just go over to the side, hit reset. Are you sure? Click yes. We're going to reset it, and we're back to 100%. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial there. I know one of the important steps is, after you put the 9.5 quarts of oil in, is to make sure you warm up the car for 10 minutes, get it on level ground, check the oil stick at that time, and dipstick, and make sure it's correct. I'll put a link in the description of the tools that I purchased to do it. I got that off another video that I saw, and actually the two pieces are well built. I believe they're made in the US, and the piece that tightens the filter on there, it fits perfectly, and that's something that I recommend using. Other than that, put the stuff in the description. Hope you enjoy it. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll be doing a video soon here. I do want to do another ceramic coating, a different brand on the car, and I also want to get the transmission flush done, and I'll show you that on another video. Thanks again.